Step 1, wake up early, gonna rise with the sun. Step 2, get some good, some food in you. Step 3, think real hard about what you wanna be. Step 4, everybody just do your thing.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Yo, set your affirmations, aspirations. I got shit to do, the aftermath of preparation. Good food, good mood, blood in circulation. One step at a time, yeah, that's how you make it. Set a goal you control and the steps you take them. I try to pick one thought, have some concentration. And if I make a mistake, it's called education. I try to do this every day, call it replication. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 So life ain't easy, yo, I think there's a reason though. Ups and downs, just like every different season, yo. Sometimes I'm high, other times I'm barely breathing, though. I always gotta fight and hide from the demons, yo. Negative thoughts are poison, they rot, Head full of flies, so here come the clouds, They'll never stop unless I can swap all the bad for the good in my head when I'm lost, Yeah, so I'ma fake it till I make it. Positive thoughts are overtaken, I got patience. One day at a time is how you operate a cadence. A flow, you grow, you show yourself a foundation. Stay away from all the shit that causes temptation. I know that I like to do it cause it's sensation. I live my life in my head like a narration. Don't expect greatness, do my best, man, I'll take it. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Wake up, today's gonna be a good day.
Wake up early, gonna rise with the sun. Step 2, get some good, some food in you. Step 3, think real hard about what you wanna be. Step 4, everybody just do your thing.
As you wake up in the morning, you want to find the latest, greatest information about criminal cases and have an intuitive conversation about the suspects associated with these cases. Head over to the Bullhorn Betty channel on YouTube. Breaking news right here on the Bullhorn Betty channel. Welcome to the Bullhorn Betty Coffee Club. Enjoy your stay and enjoy your day.
Hey guys, I'm Bullhorn Betty, and this is the Bullhorn Betty channel, where we're taking a deep dive into Sebastian Rogers. We have been covering the case since the early part of March, prior to or the day of the interview of both mom and stepdad. What we learned was there were some questionable statements made. And then we started looking into the parents, which really ruffled the feathers of the mom, more importantly, the stepdad. He felt that if we just took all the drama out of this, there's nothing here to see except a teenage boy that just simply ran away from home. That couldn't be further from the truth. In fact, this mom and stepfather has hired some of the most vile people to assist them in locating their son, from past felons that are currently committing crimes to questionable people with questionable pasts, such as substance abuse, where one of their searchers is seen in the woods utilizing substances through a straw and a dollar bill up that person's nostrils, inhaling whatever it was that he was doing. Then you have another content creator that is filthy, which again is just representation of the people that they hire to assist them. And then lastly, one of the main supporters of the mom and stepdad has now 2 new civil actions against her, one for child custody and another one for stalking her ex-pregnant girlfriend. So, and then after that, an incident report came about where she or her other daughter put bruises on her youngest daughter's throat. Again, this just kind of embodies the type of people that are representing Sebastian's mom and stepfather. While I never criticize anybody's past, because let's face it, we all have one. It's the difference between somebody that has overcome that and has redeemed themselves versus somebody that has continuously done this throughout the pattern of their story and is continuing to do it. No redemption, no remorse, just continuing the same bad behavior over and over again, expecting different results. Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers deserves better than this. He deserves the right type of people searching for him and looking for him. There has been a lot of statements made from the mom and the stepfather, predominantly the stepfather, Chris Proudfoot. And I've got to say, the inconsistency, the anger, the vitriol, and the threats and intimidation that he has posed to just about anybody and everybody searching for his son, his stepson, has me very, very, very concerned, including my own arrest. For what? For doing my job and speaking out against him, as well as law enforcement in the area. This makes you take a back seat because you see parents that are spending more time trying to shut my mouth than they are searching for their own missing child that disappeared from their own home. Why? That is the question we should be all asking ourselves, is why. We're going to be going over this case a little more in depth. I hope you stay tuned. We have a lot to discuss and a new case to bring up. I thank you all for being here. I hope you take the time before we start to give me a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed to this channel, please consider doing so. If you would like to help me with my legal expenses or just to support the efforts that we're doing, we have a variety of ways that you can contribute. From the GoFundMe to help me fight specifically with my legal expenses. We have Cash App, Venmo, PayPal. We have an Amazon wish list if you just want to give me a thank you item or buy something special for the Lila. Again, this is truly a family, and we've truly come together for the sake of Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers. And we're going to continue to fight for him. And we're going to continue to expose the mom and stepdad's weird behaviors and inconsistent statements. And we're going to expose those around them that are doing nefarious things to prevent the search or Sebastian being found. I hope you guys support all the creators that have come together to say no to this nonsense and to keep Sebastian first and foremost. God bless each and every one of you watching this, and have a great day. What we do know as fact, however, is that Seth has been searching for his son ever since his son disappeared. Seth has publicly taken a polygraph. He has publicly produced his work records. This man has done everything he could possibly do, including working with the FBI, working with me to advocate for his son, calling on the national media, getting Nick the Hat and Dog the Bounty Hunter And we're here with what from the mom and stepfather? Nothing for almost 10 months. Shoddy searches at best, working with an unscrupulous PI, felons, and including one searcher utilizing substances, illicit substances, while searching for their son. Well, good morning, my beautiful people of YouTube. Happy Hump Day! Time to wake up! And it's time to step right on into the what? And we can't forget to spend a little time with Justin for all this wonderful morning. Good morning, guys. Good morning. It is time to wake up, wake up, wake up. I'm loving it. My little flannel from Outer Banks keeping me nice and warm here in Florida. Oh, good gracious. What would I do without you?
This way, breaking news just in. Shut up.
Okay, I'll shut up. No, I won't. No, I won't. We still got a long live to go through. I started it early because I'm going to be playing that intro going in. I think that intro is absolutely 100% very, very important. I want to thank everybody for being here. I've already said good morning to most of you folks. The ones I haven't said good morning to, I'm going to get to just now. Karen, it's nice to see you. William, it's nice to see you. Our beautiful Meow up in the chat. Callie, Lacey, good morning. Mona, Brenda, MJ, Julie, good morning. Our beautiful Smiley Stories world up in the house. Good morning, Love Bug. I hope you are doing amazing. I am Team Summer. Good morning, love. It's nice to see you. Mama Rissa, busy mama. It's nice to see you, YouTuber. PayPal me. This is a live show, just a very long intro because I've got to make my statements be known. Each and every show. You can't see me. It's nice to see you, sort of Mortis, our beautiful Sonia, the real Me Too, the rest of our mod squad. I am Team Summer, Be Betty fan, Pebbles. I know they'll be here eventually. Might as well knock them out of the way early. Ashley, good morning. Good morning. Crystal Pistol, Stephanie, good morning. Peggy, Michelle, it's nice to see you. Kendra, Lady Roses, our beautiful Chaos Bunnies, followed by VA. We don't know where he is, but I'm sure he's thinking of a joke to say somewhere. Who else do we have? Isaac's in Jersey. Nice to see you. Good morning. Good morning, Mary. Carol loves embroidery and crime shows. Our beautiful Unicorn, Indiana, and I'm already laughing that I'm getting little drops of tear in the corner of my eye. Julie, it's nice to see you. Teresa, YouTuber. Peggy, good morning. Angel Mom, good morning. Cinda, it's nice to see you. Mona, True, 7 True, it's nice to see you. Have Faith, it's nice. We live on faith here on the Bullhorn Betty channel. Blessed Mama, it's nice to see you. Harley, good morning. Ra Beanie, it's nice to see you. Kelly, Zipper, good morning. Lois, good morning. Nicole, it's nice to see you. Christina, Stacy, who else do we have? Alice, it's nice to see you. Judy, good morning. Karen, Kathy, Brianne, it's nice to see you. Hope Floats, good morning. Good morning. Michelle, good morning. Rochelle, good morning. Microdot, it's nice to see you. Sweet Jones, it's nice to see you as well. Tina, Sweet Peas Tea. Shirley H, Numbnuts are officially in the house. Well, we're going to run them out. We got Shirley. Nice to see you, Jill. Oh, thank you, Cinda. Welcome to this crazy crew we call the Coffee Club. It's nice to see you. Tinks is up in the house. Holly, it's nice to see you. Good morning. Good morning. I don't know how many other people we have up in the house. I'm moving through here. Stephanie, I've been really glitchy on this end. My intros coming in have been really glitchy on this end. I don't know if it is YouTube or StreamYard, but we're being glitchy. There's VA. I see Gypsy. Good morning, Christina. Brown-eyed girl, it's nice to see you. We know you guys love Bullhorn Betty. I know, it's terrifying. What can I say? It's terrifying. All right, guys. Bear with me because I've got this. I might as well put my glasses on. Where are my glasses? All right, we're going to get to, it's nice. Oh, somebody donated 5 Bullhorn Betty memberships. Georgia Patriot Woman. Thank you, guys. We are doing a fundraiser for legal expenses, and we're going to open up the phone lines. I think this is an important conversation. So after we're done, we'll open up the phone lines for about 30 minutes, depending, 30 minutes to an hour, depending on where we are and how we are. So MC, it's nice to see you. I think I've got everybody else. If I haven't, it's nice to see you guys. Thanks for being here, Heather, Mary, Aurora. It's nice to see you, Gigi. Good morning. So January 29th, I thought really resonated with a lot of the current situations that we're kind of dealing with here and in our own personal lives that we don't talk to everybody about, right? We keep our personal life to us because it's our personal life. We're here on YouTube. We want to advocate for children. That's one thing. But our own personal life, occasionally we'll let some people in. But for the most part, our private life is private. So I thought this might help everybody in chat, just kind of realize that they're not alone and there is a path forward, right? And it's called Protect Yourself from Negative Influences. Very, very, thank you, SPDE teacher, SPED. It was tongue time back in the day and I got good and now it's tongue tying me again. Good morning, chat. Good morning, BHB. Good morning, my amazing mod squads. Thank you for all you do, spreading awareness for Sebastian. Let's keep faith. Amen. 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 We cover up the language of letting go. We got away from it for a little bit and then we started getting gunky, right? And when we start getting gunky is when I always bring back the book and start availing ourselves of the gunk. So after a long rainstorm in the desert, I watched little drops of runoff splashing off a rock face into a little indentation in the rock. Each drop fell in exactly the same place as the drop before, and over the years, the procession had dug a tiny hole into the stone. I look around at other rocks in the area and saw they too were pockmarked by the slow but steady effects of erosion over the years. Poor relationships can be like that rain. We start out with a course of learning and self-improvement with the best of intentions, but little by little, our efforts are undermined by the associations that we choose. We do have an advantage over those rocks, though. We can move. Maybe you have allowed your efforts to be sabotaged by the wrong friends, wrong thoughts, or negative inputs from some sort and kind. You have a choice. You can choose to stand in the rain of negativity and slowly be worn down by it, or you can find shelter, a support group of like-minded people, such as the Bullhorn Betty Coffee Club. It's not written in the book, but I'm just saying. A good book or program, a minister or a mentor, a helpful and positive friend. Be aware of negative rain in your life. If even a stone can be worn down over time by constant falling rain, how much more must we be aware of the influences in our own lives? Seek out Seek out that which is edifying and find shelter from that which can erode your resolve. God, protect me from negative influences which erode my beliefs. Help me protect myself. Surround me with that which is positive, edifying, and uplifting. And remember, I tell you, you go over to negativity or toxic situations, negative or toxic channels, you are taking that negativity and toxicity and putting it right in your mind, body, and soul. And let me tell you, stress kills, right? And you don't realize you're putting yourself through the stress, and you are. Uplift yourself, liberate yourself. If you're in a toxic relationship, a toxic job, move, right? Don't let that steady stream of rain erode you and pockmark you, right? We have an opportunity to wake up every morning and decide our fate for the day. All right, guys, enough of the words of the wise. All right, so before we get started on the topic of conversation, we're going to go over a few stories for some updates for each and every one of you, and then we're going to dive in because I really do think you guys need to look at this. The first thing we're going to talk about is Bryan Kohberger. Many of you guys know or have followed me back when I covered the Idaho 4, which it turned into the Bryan Kohberger. That we stopped using Idaho 4 and start tagging Bryan Kohberger once he was arrested. And he is accused of executing 4 university students in a neighboring university. He's from Washington State University. The kids that he unalived were from the University of Idaho. And he snuck into their house in the middle of the night and allegedly stabbed them all to death. Well, now he's been in jail and in the courts since 2022. Now it's 2025, and we're wanting to see the successful prosecution of Bryan Kohberger. However, a lot of the proceedings have been sealed. They have not been allowed for public consumption. But the judge just made an order in the case. So we're going to be having that secret hearing. And I just lost my sound, so I'll have to put some more stuff back up. So I apologize. It's StreamYard. So we did find out that the judge has ordered the release of the full transcript of that hearing. It doesn't really help with the hearing because you don't feel, the stuff that goes on in the hearing. You feel a lot, okay? Your body absorbs a lot of different information, including situational information where no words are spoken. So all of that intensity in that courtroom, all of that feeling that you get from being in that courtroom and seeing this stuff live will all be missing from the transcript. But the good news is by February 7th, we should have, February 7th or 8th, we should have the transcript for that hearing with Bryan Kohberger. So be on the lookout for that. Once it's released, we will cover it here on the Bullhorn Betty channel. We are going to be covering the the trial whenever the trial goes. Thank you, Busy Mama. I appreciate it, guys. I appreciate it. I think we met our actual goal. So if you guys would love to help, I'm never going to turn down anything because this is a fundraiser for our legal expenses here. Either way, I appreciate each and every one of you. And the ones that watch the videos, I thank you. The best thing you can ever do for a content creator like me, I see a few other content creators in chat this morning, is watching our videos, right? That we work very hard on our lives. We work very hard on our videos. The best way every single one of you guys can help, and it's absolutely no cost to you, is just watching our videos and our live streams. That is the best support you can give, and we appreciate everybody else that stepped up to the plate more, above and beyond that. So we appreciate you. Thank you so much, all of you. Now, this is a family that lives in my community. Their daughter was in Orlando 19 years ago. and was murdered. And the family is still trying to find out what happened. Well, I shouldn't say murdered. It's obviously the nobody believes she's alive. I don't recall whether her body has been found, but I've been monitoring this case off and on for the last 19 years, even long before I was ever in the true crime genre here, because this was in my backyard. Naturally, at the time she disappeared 19 years ago, she was going to college here in Florida. So very concerning. It's something that everybody paid attention to because we just didn't have, university children, kids just disappearing into thin air. There are some suspicious people in and around when Jennifer disappeared that I believe has something to do with it, but still never brought this home. I'm not sure what I'm going to do in this particular case, but something will have to be done. So, this is 19 years. The family needs justice. I absolutely believe law enforcement has a lot of information, just not the nugget that they need to finally put the nail in the final coffin of whoever is responsible for Jennifer's disappearance and death. Okay, I'm going to speak as if she's gone. It's been 19 years. Nobody's heard from her. So that's just my position on it. You may have a different position, and you're entitled for that different position. But I just wanted to hear. We're not going to watch the whole thing. Here, let me put this down in chat. So if you guys would like to watch the whole thing after our live has concluded, you'll have the opportunity to do that. So. Sorry, I forgot the volume disappeared. Let me just take this back. Hold on. I know you're not going to hear it. I am making the conversion. It's just that I've got to find all my intro videos. And once I find my intro videos, we're ditching StreamYard and going over to Restream. So I'm in the process of doing that. I worked on it yesterday, found a few of our intro videos, and we'll be moving forward once I get all of the main intro videos uploaded.
Because and heal all the wounds. That's a fallacy in our mind because it never leaves you. It's just, I don't know, 19 years is a very long time. And we try and cope with it the best we can. Some days are good, some days are not. It's just something that we have to live with, but we're strong people and, we compartmentalize a lot.
I want you guys to understand this is a father that hasn't seen his daughter in 19 years. You don't hear a man here saying, hey, you know what? We have a life to live. We need to get back to it. We need to move on from the disappearance of our daughter. We've got things to do, right? We got things to do. No, he's saying we struggle with it. We still, 19 years later, have good days and bad days. This is a critical information because these are parents of missing children. And you don't see him with a face full of tears 19 years later, but you can see the pain in his face, right? I have to think that it's very hard for the mom and why the mom's not on the screen. However, what you're hearing from this father is much different than, say, we hear from a Christopher Proudfoot or a Trezell West or a Don Wells, right? Much different behavior. Yes, people grieve differently, but everybody grieves. This family here, 19 years, their grief has lasted.
And some days are good, some days are not. It's just something that we have to live with, but we're strong people and, we compartmentalize a lot of times, but Jennifer is always with us. And then you have to go on with your regular life to just simply exist, which is hard enough. So it's difficult.
Talking about simply existing, not moving on, living, but the living is existing. Just existing.
What do you remember most about Jennifer?
Her smile, her intelligence, her love, everything about Jennifer. She was not a problem child. She was always just willing to share. She was bright and happy. She was.
Oh, so we have a father that didn't sit up here and talk about every single horrible thing she's done. You've got a father that loves his child, a father that thinks of his child's smile. Very hard. 19 years, no answers for this family. 19 years, no answers. Again, if you guys would like to see that, there's only a few points that I wanted to make. We're going to be going over this case as well, but at a later time. When the Sebastian Wayne Rogers has come to conclusion, we're going to be covering some, and I truly do believe, I'm hoping that we have conclusion soon, especially with new information that's being leaked, right? Being leaked. So also, I know we have a lot of people that might not be so impassioned about the arrests and ICE detentions and stuff like that. But this is the reason why this stuff is going on. This is the reason right here that this stuff is going on. And I want you guys to hear this. Oh, not hear it. Where is there it is. It's at the very top. Let's go. This is from Ryan Matta. Let's go. Agents captured Yoel Alter, the head member of a Jewish child cult leader, Lev Tabor. He's wanted for extradition by Mexican authorities, accused of crimes of HT, CT, and child R. This is the kind of people that mainstream media doesn't want you knowing came into our country. These are people that don't belong here and don't belong to exist around our children, that should never have been here, doing unthinkable things to the most innocent of our population. So, and this is happening all over. Have you guys looked at X lately? FBI most wanted, caught. FBI most wanted, caught. FBI most wanted, caught. FBI most wanted, caught. I have just seen this rapid succession of these most wanted fugitives in our country being caught like that. And you know what really gets under my skin with all of this? Is why couldn't it have been done a lot sooner, right? Why could this not have been done sooner? How can we have a man in office for 9 days and have 20 different fugitives from the FBI, top fugitives, arrested in this little bit of time, but they've been on the run for years? Cut it out. Cut it out. There's a reason why I do not trust my government, okay? There's a reason why I'm trying to do the things that I'm doing to correct some of the stuff we have. We know darn good and well if law enforcement wanted, or if our government wanted to end this drug trade, it would be over. If they wanted to end trafficking, it would be over. If they wanted to end HT in our country, it would be over. If our government truly wanted to do their job, they can hunt down all 1,500 people for January 6th, right? They can go hunt down 1,500 unknown people, identify them by video, but somehow all the drug dealers, child traffickers, and other people in our country get to sit here for years in business. And we get a president, and we are hitting all of our most wanted off the list. In 9 days? Cut it out. Cut it out. Truth and transparency is what we've got for sale here on the Bullhorn Betty channel. Truth and transparency. All right. Many of you know that we have been covering the case of Michael Monkey Vaughn. I know that Justin For All probably covered this interview on his show. He has a much better connection. I have interviewed Brandy whenever her son was missing because of the hate channel. She was terrified of meeting me, but she was still willing to do whatever it took for her son. And that is amazing. She put her own personal BS. We had a great conversation. She is a lovely person. She doesn't deserve what she is going through. Her story is truly, truly heartbreaking. My heart breaks for Brandy, the situation she's in, the fact that she has some answers, but she doesn't have justice for her son yet. And that is the most important. And that's what we want to advocate for, is justice for Michael. Justice for Michael. Because at the end of the day, law enforcement knows what happened. And I don't care if they pick up these people for jaywalking. These people need to be off the streets before they hurt anyone else. Just my opinion. So I wanted you guys to see this.
Hey, everybody. I'm here today. It is Friday, January 24th, 2025. Michael Joseph Vaughn was abducted on July 27th of 2021. It has been 1,277 days.
1,277 days that this mom has been without her child. This is a mom that hasn't moved on with her life, that, you know, she does have another child she's got to raise. She's got bills she has to pay. But guess what? She's not hiding from the camera. This lady came under heavy, heavy scrutiny from social media, along with her fiance. And she has been a fighter and a true champion for her son. And still, he disappeared in 2021, about 45 days after Summer Wells did. Summer Wells disappeared on June 15th. Michael Monkey Vaughn disappeared on July 27th. And she's still here fighting for her child, not keeping quiet, leaking stuff because there's no movement in her child's case, and sitting here and fighting hard for her son. Brandy is a very sick woman right now. And with all of her strength that she has, she's still fighting for her son.
Since Michael has not been home. The police department, the FBI, many other agencies have diligently, tirelessly worked effortlessly to help find Michael and bring him home and get justice for Michael. There have been 4 named suspects in Michael's case. Stacy Londra, Sarah Londra, Brandon Shirtliff, and Adrian Lucian. I went and spoke with the prosecuting attorney, Mike Duke's office this afternoon. I saw the complete file documents for the charges for those 4 suspects that will be brought to them. As hard as they were all to see them in words, but tears on those papers. Justice is coming. As those papers are drawn, the police department are continuously and still working on leads and suspects that are speaking to law enforcement, as well as
Suspect speaking to law enforcement. So there's an open line of communication with at least one of the suspects.
other persons of interest in Michael's case. They're doing a tremendous job, all of them, and they're working together. And we stand with them. It was amazing to see, and as heartbreaking it is to see. Nobody's giving up. And those charges, they are coming. I saw them in black and white. Thank you, everybody that continues to support the law enforcement and our justice system, our Piatt County justice system. They're going to get justice for Michael. So, Sarah, Stacy, Brandon, Adrian, charges are coming. We know what you did. Tell us where Michael is. Because no matter what, justice will come. And we will find Michael. Monkey's Army will never give up. Thank you, everyone, again for your support. Continue and pray for answers. And please continue to support our law enforcement and the prosecuting attorney who will be trying these suspects in the abduction of our son, Michael Joseph Vaughn. Monkey. Monkey? Baby? I promised. We keep fighting every day. Pinky promise, my love. Be kind, everyone. I'll be in touch.
It's kind of hard not to get choked up seeing her struggle, you know, seeing her struggle, seeing her fight, and seeing her have to wait for justice for her son. You know, that is the most detrimental of all this, having to sit there every single day and slowly wait for your son to get justice while you're having one of the most detrimental medical complications of your life. She's a fighter, and we're going to continue to support her and her family through this fight and through all of it. So please don't forget, Michael Monkey Vaughn is still missing, and we need to find him and bring him home so he can be laid to rest properly. And I pray to God that Brandy she has answers. She just wants her son. She just wants her son. All right, guys. So now we're going to get into the meat and potatoes of our show. What in the world is going on? Do we now officially have more information than we should? Is it possible? Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is.
The best part about it is he has managed to do this without any evidence left behind whatsoever.
Use what Wi-Fi's were in the area.
Right.
Now, mind you, it was said that there were only two exterior internet sources that came in and out of the area that night. Mm-hmm. And isn't it funny how one person said one of them was his?
Huh. Interesting. I took a photo sent to me from Grace's gavel And I enhanced the image to see Stepfoot carrying Sebastian. Just like Bobby, the neighbor said, someone was carrying something over their shoulder. Looks like a man carrying a person with their arms draped over their shoulders. Looks like CP. Do you see what I see? Do you see what I see? Right here. Do you see what I see? There is a blob here on my screen. A big old blob. Now, this is credit to Lady Freedom Raw Narratives for this photo and the video we are about to watch. This is highly disturbing for me. Highly disturbing for me. But we knew in due time there was going to be leaks coming out and information that was going to be leaked to the public. It happens in every case, and it happens as the case starts lingering, okay? People, especially community members, they start getting a little nervous. They start wondering what's going on. They start not being so quiet anymore. It's something that we've learned in social media just to keep moving forward until the leaks and breaks start happening. Is that what we are seeing here? Is this possibly the truth? Is this a legitimate video and or picture? It is my belief that it is. I have no corroboration, nor do I have the equipment or the programs to enhance this or to corroborate it myself. Excuse me. So I have to trust the person preparing the stuff that does have the proper equipment, as well as the ability to enhance photos and videos. I prepare them. I know about lighting. I know how to video. I know how to do video editing. Enhancements, on the other hand, in some cases, take engineering type of enhancement equipment. Some people are self-taught. Some people go to school and spend lots of money to learn how to do it. I don't know either, okay? So just to let you know, but I still think it's ultra, ultra, ultra important for you guys to see this, because this is so significant, in my opinion, related to why we can't find Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers and why the stepfather is so confident that this child will never be found again. For those, this might be hard for you. I'm going to try to blow it up as much as I can.
Security footage is really like a game changer.
This image was sent to me, and I decided to do some further enhancements on it. So here's one shot where you can see Mr. Foot carrying something, but upon closer review and more enhancement of the photo, this is what I see now to be Katie, Chris, and Sebastian. They're carrying Sebastian. It looks to me as if Chris is carrying Sebastian in either a blanket or a bag. I see a blanket just because of the way the black shape is formed, and it looks like he's carrying him like a baby, and Katie is standing behind him or walking with him. The reason I think this is because when I was enhancing the photos, I could see the differences in the appearance of what looks to me to be a human face. And it looked to me like it was actually a human arm that was draped over the person who was carrying the black blanket, or the perceived person in the black blanket. But here's an example of what I saw. Here you can see the differences.
Okay, hold on, let me go back. So this right here appears to be potentially Sebastian. He's carrying him in his arms. You kind of see this black something or other right here. This would be Chris's face and his body, and his arm would be under him. And this right here is the silhouette of what this person believes to be Katie. So you've got Sebastian, this black or bag, we don't know what they're carrying him in. It looks like it kind of comes down this way. You see, you can't make out the face, but you can see the image of the outline here. And it does appear to be somebody just a tad bit taller. And then you see another face, as blurry as it is, right here. And you can almost see their shoulder right here. This is the enhanced photo. Okay.
Blanket. But here's an example of what I saw. Here you can see the differences and enhancements. And as I enhanced each photo, you can tell that the person's skin stays the same color and the black blanket also stays the same color. So I know that those two images are associated with each other. So as you can see, each time I enhance the photo, you can see that the core images stayed the same. And then there's this little nugget. Let's watch.
Drove around the neighborhood. I drove over by the school, and he's already, at this point, I was hysterical. And I was at the school, and he's already.
Seeing Katie do the cutthroat gesture, I decided to Google it. I Googled it, y'all. The cutthroat gesture is performed by drawing the hand or a finger, usually the thumb or two, across the throat. It represents slitting the throat with a knife and means that the gesturee or someone else is metaphorically being unalived. In my humble opinion, Katie caught herself just there.
Around this neighborhood, and this whole community, I can tell you that much here. When it comes to the cameras, there has not been one person that has said no. And trust me, it is greatly felt that everybody has been so open, so helpful in pushing out any which way they can.
I agree.
There's been some families that have actually been on vacation that weren't home and they got information. That weren't home and they got information.
And then there's this little ditty that I slowed down. Did she say, "Don't give out sus"? That's what I heard.
And they got permission from that family to take a look at their cameras and go in their houses without them even being present, which has been amazing. So, but yeah.
That's good.
So there you guys have it.
Hello, everyone.
Definitely, that was from Lady Freedom's Raw Narratives. Definitely something of much concern when it comes to this case. We have heard that there was footage out related to the parents that showed clearly something being taken, something very, very large being taken from the house. And now we have this. That's a good question. These are questions I don't have. Well, I do. Somebody had sent her the photo, the enhanced photo. It is, I don't know where the photo originated from, but we definitely know it came from some sort of lights video that was pointed out into that. So I have to think that somebody had some enhancement software and took the lights video and enhanced that lights video. This is, to me, something that is important, but again, it's not something I am able to replicate. So it's just for your information. It is something that I would behoove everyone to do their due diligence and fact finding on. I absolutely, for me personally, believe that this is This is legit. And I just don't have the ability to show receipts. So I can only put the disclaimer that I think it's legitimate. It feels to me like it is. We've had a lot of statements come up over this last year with Sebastian disappearing, including the mattress, the pressure washer. And we've been able to debunk a lot of the information that people were peddling about this mom and stepfather. While I'm not their biggest fan by any stretch of the imagination, I think both of them deserve a cell together, next to each other, as a matter of fact. That's just my personal opinion, but I still want to be true, accurate, and correct. And I wish I had, and I'm sure that Lady Freedom will probably, I hopefully, depending on how, you never want to violate confidentiality of a source or somebody that's providing you information, but maybe over time we'll learn more about how this all came about. But it certainly seems legitimate to me. It certainly seems like a photo that's been enhanced from my understanding. I've seen enhanced photos before. Again, I don't have the ability. I wish I was, a scholar in photo enhancement, but I'm not. I did try. The software I have is not the kind of software to enhance. I personally have attempted, prior to this ever being shown or seen, have personally tried to enhance photos, much like Justin has been able and been successful in doing. He was able to see a person walking, right? We were able to see legs and arms. So I'm now starting to really believe that there was more than just two people out there. I truly believe somebody was with CP when they went to that house that evening in the early mornings. Now, again, I'm making it sound factual. We don't know who was there. We can only assume because this is what we have. As you can see, even in this enhancement, we don't have major details in the face. What we do have, though, to help support who these people might be is past behavior, past history. And in the past, we don't have a whole lot of people visiting this family. We know from all of the statements and interviews that Sebastian had a hard time making and keeping friends. We know from neighbors as well as the mom and stepdad, he did not have any company come over to visit him. He didn't have any other friends come over after school to work on homework or, go outside and play or even play video games with inside his room. He didn't have friends that came over and visited. So we have some history here. We have some past behaviors that we can, attach to this. And that's what's allowing us to make that leap that these people have to either be X, Y, Z, right? So we know that this family's very close. We know that by Nina's interview, the family is tight and don't mind doing borderline criminal activity to help one another, right? We definitely know that the mom and stepdad have no problem lying to law enforcement, lying to a judge, lying on an affidavit. So we can't, and all the inconsistencies along in this story, so we can't rely on them to be truthful. I think we've established a pattern of lying that now we have to question everything that's being said by either one of them because of the constant fabrications, inconsistencies, and flat out lies that we've been able to debunk factually. So here we are, guys. We have a situation where we see two people in a common area holding something very, very large in the middle of the night, hours before a child disappeared. Now, again, if we as social media are able to get our hands on something like this, I still want you guys to think how much more law enforcement has to have. This is why I keep moving forward and saying I feel like something is going to break soon. I told you guys that back when We started having the PI, the unscrupulous PI, manufacturing disinformation reports and misinformation reports for the benefit of his paid clients, the mom and stepfather. And then the step grandparent, grandmother coming out and calling Seth a pedo after it was disclosed that 5 CPS reports were against her son and his wife. And we learned that the child was that they were trying to rehome this child as far back as October 2022. Now, I knew that when we were starting to get some stuff like that, it was heating up behind the scenes for them, because nobody's going to make statements to rock the boat when things are calm. So obviously things weren't calm. And so they had to have all these distraction mechanisms in place, such as the pedo allegations again, and we're looking in the wrong place when we see those lights. It was in the middle of the road, not in the common area from the unscrupulous PI. And we're fast forwarding it to elevated truth when the shit kind of hit the fan, so to speak. And Chris was on there basically screaming at him and telling him to leave his name and his truck out of their mouth. But elevated truth was able to get him to confirm that the statement he made is the statement Chris made to him. That was important, because that means the statement was made. Chris did tell elevated truth that his car was picked up on the CART report from the FBI from the 25th to the 26th. They're not going to be looking past the 26th, when everybody in the cavalry was in the area. They're going to look at the time, from the time they believe this child disappeared to the time that law enforcement arrived. That's their area of searching. That's their geofencing time frame. That's the most important area. So why is a vehicle associated or attributed with the stepfather caught on that report? These are things that hit an ultra high level at that point. And then what happened after that came out? It was constant attacks fueled at people breaking down this case properly. All the people that are truly here for Sebastian Wayne Rogers immediately started being attacked for their looks. They started trying to leak information. They're wanting us to spend time explaining the leak. I can guarantee whatever they found in those text messages, it's a nothing burger. You know why? Because I know for a fact what I've said in those chats, and I can tell you they're not getting a whole lot from Bullhorn Betty. So it's a nothing burger, right? It's a nothing burger. So at the end of the day, this is the level of infiltration and distraction that the mom and stepdad have levied on social media, which is taking a strong position against them. The true crime community, not the drama community, the actual people that do true crime and only true crime and analyze these cases are definitely have our eyes and sights and our target right on the mom and stepdad. No other formula makes sense without them being head involved in whatever happened. Now, this here only solidifies what we've been believing. But again, we have to believe if we have this, what else does law enforcement have against these parents? And when are they going to lock them the hell up? When are they going to lock them up? You know when they're going to lock them up? When they have time to put all this together and have a good, solid case against the mom and stepdad. And don't think for 1 minute things like this are associated with their case. We want a perp walk. Absolutely. Craft and crimes. Absolutely. Because there's something just a little bit funny. Just a little bit funny when these are the statements coming out of somebody that reportedly gives a crap about their stepson.
The best part about it is he has managed to do this without any evidence left behind whatsoever.
I wonder why. I wonder why he disappeared without any evidence. I wonder why. I wonder how it's possible. I wonder why dogs couldn't track Sebastian as if he levitated out of the home. And I recall using that exact statement months ago. It's as if he levitated out of the home. It sure looks like somebody's carrying something. It sure looks like whatever that person is carrying would not be touching the grass, would not be leaving their skin cells on the grass, sidewalk, or roadway, because it doesn't look like their feet are actually touching the grass, sidewalk, or roadway. It's awfully funny that we talked about levitation back in March, April, and May. And we have a photo depicting two people carrying a large item to what I believe, it says at the bottom, truck. So the white thing that you can't see is the truck. So this is them carrying them through the common area to the car. I guess now we know why one of them scurried back to the house, why the car left the area. What was in that bag or blanket? I told you something was missing from the home. And Raw Beanie reminds us that the truck has a truck cover. So he could have closed that truck cover and not one camera would have picked up anything out of the ordinary in the back of the truck. The good news is whatever they're carrying him in is not going to stop bodily fluids. It's not going to stop the transfer of DNA. It's not going to stop the proper collection of forensics if forensics were done. Again, it comes back to, if I find out forensics aren't done in this case, I think I'm going to lose my stuff. I think at that point, we will say that law enforcement is incompetent, if that's the case. I don't believe that's the case. I believe there is some information we are missing. I can't imagine a year into this case it being a criminal investigation and they had not enough for a warrant for forensic testing. I absolutely believe they have enough for forensic testing. So I have to trust my gut and believe that forensic testing has been done at some point. I'm praying that I'm trusting my gut instead of my brain, right? I'm trusting my gut instead of my brain, because my brain's telling me I've read every single report in this case and it appears no forensics is being done. But my gut is telling me this is a criminal investigation. There's only a limited amount of people in and around this child's life. And therefore, this, there's only so many people to look at. So I'm just trusting my gut that they have enough probable cause for forensics and have already done forensics, because that would be detrimental to this case. If they haven't done forensics, guys, it's going to be years before we have justice. If they've done forensics by now, we might have something taking place soon, right? So I'm praying to God when they did the reenactment of this case and they had all their 3D equipment and stuff like that, I'm praying to God that they did some forensic testing at that point. That's what my hope and belief is. But I've got nothing to support that. I've only got statements that none were ever done. So here you guys go. I'm sorry. I don't think I'd be Betty if I didn't remind us all about what karma is. If you guys do not like swear words, you might want to mute your speakers at this moment.
Let me tell y'all something. You ain't got to ever worry about getting nobody back for some shit they done did to you. Because quiet as it's kept, everybody working get paid. Let me break that down so you understand what I mean. Everybody working getting paid. See, some of you motherfuckers don't even know that you're working. But payday comes after a while, bitch. You're being messy, you're working. You're gossiping about people, you're working. You stealing, lying, cheating, or just all around doing some fuck shit, you're working. And payday is on its motherfucking way. Ha ha! Let me tell you something, you working motherfuckers. Some of you bitches got overtime in that bitch too. Ooh, that payout gonna be good. So when you get your check, bitch, don't complain. You worked for it.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And I feel like this mom and stepfather have worked for it. I truly, truly, truly believe that they have worked for it. I truly believe that their check is coming. Their paycheck is coming. And we all right now need to be praying. Okay? This is a real family. This is a real boy. He has a real father that got off work and found out his son was gone and he hasn't seen him ever again. We need to be praying. And when I say praying, I mean hitting our knees and praying. Because this right here, it's got me a little scared. It's got all those horrible statements this stepfather made, just putting shivers up my spine. You know, this makes me want to cry. This makes me want to cry. Something's not right here. We are not all crazy. We know what we know. We know something terrible happened to this child. We know it. We can feel it. We knew it all along. We've been staying true to this case. We've been staying true to Sebastian. We have tried our damnedest to stay out of the drama, even though we've been sucked in and had to address a lot of stuff throughout this case. But we need to bring Sebastian home. We need to demand where he is. I want to know where the hate channels are in all this. When are they going to demand their clients to tell us where Sebastian is? When are they going to actually stand up for this young boy? When are they going to fight for him? When are they going to show compassion and care for Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers? When are they going to say enough is enough? Please pray for Seth. Pray for peace, strength. Quit condemning a man that got off work and his whole entire world was ripped from him. We have a lot of bad people out there than to be attacking an innocent father. Thank you. Hold on. I don't know why I can't remember. Lady Freedom. Thank you, Lady Freedom Raw Narratives, for getting this out to everybody for us to be able to analyze it, review it, check it out. Let our audience know about it. Please don't forget, we are working toward the truth. I appreciate everybody that has been supporting me through this fight, which it's been a fight, okay? This has been one of the biggest fights we've ever been in a case, where a family that has done terrible things are trying to shut up people that are trying to find the truth, throwing them in jail, lying under oath. And now we're starting to see why they're fighting so hard to keep their secrets secret instead of going out and looking for their son. I thank you all that support me every day and help me raise the funds to keep fighting for this young boy. Thank you all here. All the ones that are watching, all the ones that can't afford anything, you're here. You're supporting it. That means the world to me. You're watching these videos. That means the world to me. I just need to ask just a favor. Please give me those thumbs up. Go over to, why can't I ever remember her blessed name? I can't even seem to say it. Lady Freedom's, good gracious. Please go over to Lady Freedom's channel. Give her a thumbs up. Give her, tell her thank you. She's the one that has this. She's the one that received this. She's the one that enhanced it. She's the one that's pointing out these things. She's, I see something that doesn't look right here. Okay? That's what I see. I see something that's making my heart hurt. I'm seeing something that I truly believe is the truth. So we need to sit here and pray. God moves mountains. Sebastian is out there. We need to find him. If you guys would like to help me support me in my fight, you can do it from a variety of ways. We have the legal fund down here, the GoFundMe, so you guys can monitor the collections that we are. This has been a very expensive fight. We've already spent close to $30,000 right now on legal expenses to fight this terrible mom and stepfather and their family. We have not raised near the amount of money that has been spent. Okay, it's had to come from somewhere, right? So any help that you guys can provide me, I truly do appreciate it. But please, over and above me fighting with these parents, we still have the biggest fight on our hands, and that's to find and bring Sebastian home. Now you know why we've been focused on the mom and stepdad and wanting to know where their places of comfort are, because they ain't doing this in a place they've never been before. He's somewhere this family has been. He's somewhere that stepfather has been. He is somewhere. We have to find him, and we have to support the channels that are working around the clock to produce information to help aid in his being found. This is what it's about. It's not about the back and forth, and I anticipate all the hate channels are going to be trying to throw shade, trying to talk. I mean, let's face it, they're talking about my looks, right? When they start talking about my looks, they've lost. They've lost. That means they don't even have one thing, not one factual information on their side to combat what I'm saying. They have to go to my looks. They have to go to my talk. They have to try to say that I'm dying of a stroke or dying of a thyroid or cancer. They're making all this stuff up. Oh, I'm going to the mental ward, right? My mom's going to Baker Act me. My elderly mother is going to Baker Act a 45-year-old child she doesn't live with. I love that. But what you're going to see right now is all the misinformation and disinformation ramped up on absolute throttle. Why? Because this is detrimental to their narrative. They've been covering up for this family for all of these months. All of these months. When is the public condemnation going to be for these hate channels that have caused all of these problems and absolutely prevented Sebastian from being found? Blood is on all of their hands. All of their hands. And the people that support them. Moreover, the people that support them. I'd like to see their explanation of this. Let me guess. It isn't real, right? Okay. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Rock it out with your coffee beans out. I am going to open up the phones. We are at 11:05. The phones will be closing. Where's my Google? The phones will be closing at 11:35. Let me get my Google Voice up. Take this down. Make sure it didn't drop my audio. Okay, it looks like the audio is still staying. The phones are open, 724-252-8070. you guys got hit with a lot of stuff that must be highly disturbing for you, because it's highly disturbing for me. Hey, 5D. Oh, you missed a lot. You missed a lot. I can't go back. I'd rewind. I'll show you if you stick around after the calls. I'll do an update, like a Reader's Digest version. This is Betty. Who's this, and where are you calling from?
This is You Can't See Me from Omaha.
How are you?
I am just sick.
Mm-hmm.
I am sick. So these photos
they're disturbing.
They hurt me. They hurt me, and I can't imagine how Seth is feeling. I'm sure he's seen them. I'm sure LE has this. And I am so sad. I am so sad. It just makes too much sense not to be true.
Right.
And I think now we need to really look at, there has to be at least 3 people involved
I
in
agree.
Sebastian's disappearance. We have subject 1, subject 2, and the driver.
Yep.
We need to be looking at this in a very logical way.
I agree 100%. And I was going to say the same thing, because seeing that photo and seeing those 2 people, and we know that there was a light separated, we definitely know without a doubt there was more than 2 people there.
And we need to look at what the definition of a conspiracy is, and that's what we're looking at right now. And it's more than one person, collaborating with another for a crime to be committed. And so we know there's at least 3 that car didn't drive there on its own.
Exactly.
And somebody knows something. People know who was out driving around at that time. People know who is missing. It's just, somebody just needs to open their mouth. Somebody just needs to give that small tidbit of information.
I agree. Let me ask you this. Do you find it odd that the unscrupulous PI had a great working and communication level with the house there on the corner of Kellen and Stafford, but didn't ask them for the daytime view and went through this whole orchestration of trying to throw people off with that report?
I don't find that odd at all, because he really is good with his word salad, and I'm the lead investigator.
Mm-hmm.
What bullshit. Excuse me. I'm sorry, Sonia, but it is. It's just...
We love Sonia.
I mean, I got $1 for my cuss jar. That one's not a good one. But anyway, I just, he's getting paid to fix public opinion on this. And that's the only reason he would have gone on Lore Lodge with the Lore Lads. And, God bless everybody that's bringing light to this. And the chat, I love your chat. Your mods are incredible.
They truly have stood this test of time, I tell you what, because it's not easy, especially when I first came out. It was not easy. I think it's a little less, a little more easy for them now, but they were being attacked. Like, these people were going real life on my mods a few years ago, trying to destroy their lives.
Well, I didn't realize how serious this was with people being attacked until more of it was brought out. And no wonder people are being attacked, because we know the truth. We have leaked information, and we know that there are more people involved in this than originally thought.
Mm-hmm.
And it is scary. And of course, they're going to pay the unscrupulous fixer to bring out his narrative, because their lives are on the line. Their lifestyle is on the line.
Everything.
And we need to find out who else is involved and what's going on with this. We need to determine that. As a true crime community, somebody knows something.
Yeah.
There's more. This is deep. This is deep.
Yeah, all those leaked things that we disregarded up front. Remember, there was a lot of posts we thought were trolls, or like, because there was a lot going on with the divide between Seth and his old team, and there were some leaks coming out during that time. This was many, many, many months ago, and we disregarded a lot of text as trolls. And I keep looking back on that and just wondering, was that the wisest choice,
Yeah. I'm going to let somebody else call in. It's really,
a lot. It's a lot.
And it makes sense, because the more I think about it, the more I can't sleep, the more visions go through my head. It's just so sad.
Yeah.
This boy had his whole life ahead of him. His whole life. And these people systematically destroyed this child through verbal and emotional abuse,
humiliation,
prior to his disappearance.
Humiliation.
Yes, absolutely. And they're proud of it.
They stole his spirit.
They're very proud of it.
They stole his spirit. They stole his spirit, They stole his spirit. I mean, it seemed like he was such a happy child, and they just broke him down because he didn't fit in their mold of what a child should be.
Well, he was never going to be who they wanted him to be.
Right.
And that's important for us to just acknowledge that this is not the child they wanted in their lives.
Right.
And unfortunately, they took that away from Seth and his mother also. So I'm going to let somebody else call in.
God bless you. Big hugs and kisses, my love.
Thank you. Thank you. Hugs to you, Miss Betty.
Yep. We'll chat soon. Bye-bye. Groovy gal. Thank you so very, very, very much. God bless you for that. I'll go over this in just a second. This is Betty. Who's this, and where are you calling from?
This is Robini, or Robin.
That's how you. Okay, love it, love it. How are you?
I'm from Ohio, and I was just calling because I thought it was important. On the satellite photos from the 23rd, his truck cover is on there, and on the overhead on the helicopter on the 27th, it is gone.
Well, is it possible the truck that we're seeing on the satellite in front of their the mom and stepfather's or the grandparents' house, is it possible that wasn't Chris's truck? Because that's an assumption. That's the assumption we're making. If we can find a prior photo that showed him having a truck cover and the truck cover missing on the 27th, then we probably have something we might want to look closer into.
Right.
But that's a great observation. I did not know that. So you gave me and the rest of the audience a little bit of homework, because now I know everybody's going to be going through all the possible photos to see if he ever had a truck cover on.
Yeah, because Justin actually brought that up, that truck cover was not on there when they did the overhead footage, and it was on there before.
Well, that's because we're assuming that truck outside of the house on the satellite images was Chris's truck, but that's an assumption. We're just seeing a black truck. So there's no unless we can find a photo with his truck with a truck cover on it, then we can't necessarily assume that that truck outside of his parents' house was his. It might have been somebody visiting that just happened to have a black truck with a cover.
Right. And I think he brought it up before the satellite photos came out. So you might want to check in with him.
Yeah. I definitely, you know what? Maybe, yeah, we'll have to look into that. That's definitely some homework to solidify that. But I'd like to know for myself whether he had a bed cover on before Sebastian disappeared.
Yeah. Yeah, because that's definitely interesting.
Thank you for that. Actually, you know what? I probably need to write that down because I will forget to even look into it. As soon as these lights go off, I get another cup of coffee and unwind, and stuff just goes right out my head. So thank you for bringing that up.
All right. Thank you. I just wanted to bring that up, and then that's all I had to say.
I appreciate it. Well, God bless you. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you. You too.
Bye-bye. That is interesting. Do we know? Hold on. I just turned the phones off just a second. Do we know whether or not Chris has had a truck bed cover on his truck prior to Sebastian disappearing, that disappeared after Sebastian disappeared? Is that a fact? Does somebody know whether we've got identification that there was a cover on that bed prior to that? We have something other than the satellite photo. We got a third party photo of that before any of this happened. I wonder if Silver's on the scene would be able to ask that coworker. I don't know. That would be interesting to know. That'd be huge. That would be huge. Huh. Okay. Let me open back the phones. Truck cover. Did she know him? Whispering? Did she know him? Food for thought. He could have borrowed a truck with the bed liner. Yeah, but that's possible. But there was a vehicle from the satellite images that were put out by At Night Private Intelligence. It showed this black truck, full-size truck, much, it's from obviously top down, right? So you see this truck that does resemble, right? The stepfather's truck, but you could clearly see. Are we sure that was a truck cover that covers the bed on the back of that? And not just the way that the image was taken from a satellite that's light years away. And it just had that appearance because they had that rhino liner thingy. Dino liner. I don't know what it's called. You know what I'm talking about? Is it possible that it just because it was a satellite image, that it may have had the appearance of being a cover and it not be? Is there that possibility? What's been bugging me is their trailer is missing. Anyone remember small utility trailer flat deck? I don't remember. I never ever thought about the damn cover. Yeah, I didn't either. But you know what? I mean, if there was a cover on there, that would. And it was, because based on our theories, right? We have a theory that there's something that's not right with the mom and stepfather. That's our theory, right? We're building facts that support this. It is lining up that this is the case, but we don't have we don't have everything, right? And law enforcement would have it before we have it, quite frankly. But if the liner went missing after Sebastian disappeared, then it would be possible, in my reasonable deduction in this particular theory would be that, maybe some maybe concern of biological material rubbing off on the top cover. So it was removed and disposed of. Hopefully, disposing of any, that I think that's where that it would lead. But I got to look at that satellite photo. I got to go hunt for that. If somebody has it, like just off the tip of their hand, so I don't have to hunt for it, I'm sure I've got a photo of it somewhere where I stored it. I don't know. I'm not that organized when it comes. I mean, I'm organized, but I put everything kind of in one file. So it's a file with like 1,100 items in it. And I don't label my stuff, so I got to go through it one by one. I know if I just did a little extra, I know, I get it. I wasn't a good student, okay? What can I say? I do what I do. Aw, thank you, Wendy. Wendy's been with us for 6 months. I'm glad you like your padded cell next to mine. I love that button. When you just don't know what else to say. Okay, I'm turning the phones back on. Sorry, guys. All right, the phones are back on. 724-252-8070. This is Betty. Who's this, and where are you calling from?
Hi, Betty. This is Shirley H. in Denver.
Hey, Shirley. How are you doing, my love?
I'm okay. I'm a little under the weather, but I'm doing okay.
Aw, I hope you feel better.
I'm going to say something, and it may make a comment. It may not make sense to you guys, but it does. And Chris has a fifth wheel trailer.
Mm-hmm.
You cannot put a cover over your back of your truck if you're pulling a trailer, because then you won't be able to put the hitch.
Right, but those fifth wheels are removable, though, right?
Some of them are.
Well, seeing how he's a bougie kind of guy, I'd have to think he probably would with the, top connector for his truck, whatever the most expensive was.
Right, and Mr. Numbnuts and his goons, I hope they have the brass balls to stand up and apologize to everybody for making jackasses out of themselves.
I think the apology to the public will be the day that they're sitting in a courtroom having to explain themselves. I think that's going to be the biggest apology, the biggest vindication for everybody is at that moment. We're seeking to find Sebastian, then we're seeking to hold those responsible.
Right. I noticed in that first video that lady that you just showed, I forget her name, that lady Freedom.
Yes.
That Miss Numbnut went across her throat with her hand. I knew then something was not right.
Yeah, but you know what, though? In all fairness, let me put this back up. I kind of disagree in part with the whole, I'm kind of with Caroline. I don't believe that there was a weapon used. I think, that means more that, when you see somebody do that, you kind of know the person is deceased. I don't think it's been used many times, but I don't think it's specific for a knife. I mean, if you took your one finger and went from one side of your cheek or side of your neck to the other side of your neck, yes, that would be. But the way she kind of wobbled her 4 fingers in front of her face, that was more, in my opinion, signing a sign of not here, not necessarily the way they're not here. It's just my personal opinion, if that makes sense.
And it does. And then when they reported Sebastian missing, they said he had on black sweatpants and a black long sleeve shirt.
Yeah.
If you look at that photo that you had up there, that image, you can see feet. You can see somebody's feet, naked feet. I don't know if you noticed it, but I put it on my TV and I seen the feet hanging.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like, oh my God, what in the Sam world did they do to this child? You didn't want your child, but you took care of somebody else's child.
Yeah, that was
and now you have
and out of all the photos that were leaked, they were more concerned with who leaked them than like saying that they're not true or they were taken out of context, or they never defended it like that. They just wanted to know who took it. I just thought that was a little weird.
But they're leaving it to that UTI, as you call him.
Mm-hmm.
We'll put it that way, because I have another name for him.
I'm sure you do. It's probably
and it ain't very nice
for the Bullhorn Betty channel.
Right, it's not very nice for him, so I'll just use the UTI. If it came out of his mouth, it was a lie. Everything he has said on that's going on with this case has been a lie.
Mm-hmm.
Why? The neighbors, he intimidated the neighbors to get in that house to talk to them. That was already put out.
Mm-hmm.
That man is not, boy, if my kid ever comes missing, please, I do not want him nowhere around me. I'd rather have you, and I'd rather have a dead dog look for my kid than have UTI out there trying to do anything for me.
Because part of a facade, it's not even it's not meaningful help. It's just for show. I mean, we do strive for meaningful help, and this is not meaningful help. He's searching in the woods 10 months after this child disappeared. The areas that they're searching don't seem to bode with logic. I mean, I guess I just don't understand what they're doing, considering they're supposed to be professionals.
My thing is, they searched that 10-mile radius around that home, but did they do a 10-mile radius around that campground?
Mm-hmm.
Because that's where the trailer was.
Yeah.
And then you got to clean your trailer out and give it back to Mama so she can use it.
Sure, I don't think it bounces around
for 17 hours.
I think they both have their own RVs, if I'm not mistaken. I think they just are similar, just like Katie and Kathy's vehicles are similar. They're different models, but they're both Infinities. I think much like that, their campers are also, similar, not exact, but similar. I just think that might be the case here, but I don't know. It very well may be they're sharing a camper, passing one back and forth. I don't know. But if that was the case, how would that would be kind of creepy. But how would they move their RV if they only have the Infinity? That would mean let's play this tape through. That would mean that TB has another vehicle, most likely a truck. Could it be possible that that was TB's truck out in front of their driveway?
It could be, because both of the campers are fifth wheels. So somebody has to have a fifth wheel in the back of a pickup. You can't put a fifth wheel in an SUV.
Right. That's what I was thinking about. And not only that, but how creepy would it be that the mom and stepdad have a black truck and a light blue Infinity, and the grandparents have a black truck and a light blue, Infinity, and they both have campers? That's weird to me. I mean, if they all have the same stuff, you know. I don't know. Probably not.
It is kind of weird. The only way that could be kind of happen is if they all went out about their vehicles at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we want a truck like mom. We want a truck like our son. We want a car, an SUV like my daughter-in-law, whatever.
Yeah.
You know, that's the only way I can figure that out, because I've been studying this case. And like I said, I do criminal justice classes. And one of my professors is the chief of police in Chicago. And we've been sitting here discussing this case. And there is no way that Mr. Numbnuts can believe there is not evidence. He can't. There is a whole lot of evidence. We don't know about it, but there is a whole lot of evidence. And if your viewers and the creators can pick up on things, I'm sure law enforcement has picked up on it, and they're just building their case.
Yeah.
And they're giving Numbnuts enough rope to hang himself.
I agree. I hope.
And when that happens, it's all going to come down to everybody going, "Oh my God, I can't believe they did that." And it's going to be every creator that was on them hate channels is going to be, "Oh my God, we owe apologies." I don't want their apologies. I want them put in jail for hindering an investigation.
Yeah. He's definitely ran a lot of interference that's caused a lot of problems. That's for sure. A lot of intimidation tactics too. You can't do that. You can't do that.
It's a lot. And it right now we're working on a year on this baby missing. He may not be a baby to some, but he's 16. He is still a baby.
Right.
No matter how old a kid gets, they're a baby.
You know what? People that are in their 20s are babies to me. You know what I'm saying? They're absolutely 100%, you know, they're young, they're just starting out in life. Their brains aren't even fully developed. And he was struggling with, you know, high functioning autism, a chromosome deletion syndrome, or, you know, deletion syndrome. He's been struggling his entire life. He just wasn't, you know, a normal kid. It doesn't mean he wasn't a good kid. He wasn't a happy kid. He wasn't the love of his dad's, you know, eye, the apple of his dad's eye. I mean, you love your children. And it just doesn't seem like there was a whole lot of love by his primary caregivers.
And that's what I see is not, you know, she got tired. She got tired. And that's what it boils down to. She got tired, and then she's got this numbnuts, because I got other words for CP, over here telling her, "You got to make a choice. It's your kid or me." Well, mother sucker, hit the door. Don't let it hit you where the door splits you, because you're not coming in between me and my kid. Because that man could be gone, and that kid is still going to be there, regardless. And she, KP, this is a message to her, Betty. She needs to get away and tell the truth of what happened that night. They're claiming she was the only one in the house with him. She knows what happened. And his CP and his crazy family got her all hemmed up and scared. She needs to go seek help to get away from him.
I agree. The whole family just needs. I don't know. I just lost my camera again. Hold on a second. You keep talking for a second. I got to fix my camera.
All I'm saying is, you know, we have reports from Nina that he was very abusive to her kids. We have, I don't know who, there was another lady that he was married to that he claimed that he was very abusive. I mean, we got a pattern here.
Yeah.
And if nobody can see that, somebody is blind. Because when I started going back through these interviews and looking at all these posts on Facebook from him, I'm like, oh no, come on, mister. Come mess with a real woman, a strong-minded woman, because I'm going to put you in your place. Because about the first time you put your hands on me, it will be the last time you put your hands on anybody, because you're going to be sitting up under a jail cell.
Yeah. Shirley, I think Shirley, I think I accidentally doxed your number when I had to reset my camera, and I apologize about that. If you want me to end the live now to go and pull this, I will.
Oh, you're fine, honey. You're fine.
Oh,
You're fine.
I'll go back and blur it out, and I apologize about that.
Oh, I don't mind, because I know how to block people on my phone.
All right, love. I just wanted to tell you, I wanted a full disclosure. It was my camera went wonky on me. It's StreamYard. I don't know what's going on with it lately, so I apologize about that.
Oh, that's okay. I don't mind. But you know, I dare CP and them to call me. Call me. Please call me, because I'm gonna put you in your place.
Yeah.
But you know, another thing, Betty, is I would love to join your channel, but things are tight right now with me being sick and not being able to get out and do my little door dashing and all that. And so as soon as I get the money, I'm going to join again.
You are a blessing to have on this show. We appreciate your love, support, and viewership. So you don't worry about you. Worry about you and taking care of you first.
Oh, we will. My 15-year-old is homesick too today. I don't know if it's something that we ate last night or what, but we woke up sick this morning.
Very well could be, or you could have just gotten a stomach bug. You know, bugs this time of year, cold season. It's possible.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. But I'm not going to keep you. I just want to let you know, there's some things that you can pick up throughout the interviews. I mean, like, I drove, and then you can see Mr. Numbnuts tapping or making little eye movements or little gestures to get Mr. Numbnuts back on track. And for him to do all the talking for her, that is a control issue.
Yeah. Well, it sounds like they have a lot of damage control that needs to be controlled, because if what we saw today is any idea of what law enforcement may have, we got some problems here.
And I think, not Sumner County or TBI, but I got them on my Facebook page, and I seen them. This kid, another kid was missing for maybe 4 or 5 hours, and they had this kid fast.
Mm-hmm.
They knew right where to go. And here this child's been missing almost a year, and they have nothing. They haven't even came out with a post on Facebook. They haven't came out with an update. Nothing. It's very concerning to me.
Yeah.
And I'm going to give, I want to tell Steph, I'm praying that he is reunited with his son. And I can't wait for Steph to show off that fish when him and Sebastian go fishing.
Amen. Amen. Thank you, Shirley. Thank you so much, and God bless you.
No problem. God bless you. You have a good day.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
I just want to take a moment. I just want to thank everyone that has been here and stuck through all of this. We're going to go back through some of the information that we've seen, just so everybody that's tuning in can figure out what we're talking about before we go back. Many of you guys know we've got some legal expenses that are coming due, some very high legal expenses. So we've been kind of running a fundraiser in our chat. So I just want to thank everybody for contributing today. Melanie, God bless you. Thank you for everything. Stephanie, Cinda, thank you for becoming the newest member of this crazy crew we call the Coffee Club, i.e. the Insane Asylum. Georgia, Patriot Woman, has brought 5 more guests to our insane asylum. Welcome aboard. SPED teacher, thank you for being here. Good morning, chat. Good morning, BHB. Good morning, my amazing mod squad. Thank you for all you do spreading awareness for Sebastian. Let's keep faith. Busy Mama, thank you so very much. Panda Bear's mom, thank you. Phil from across the pond, it's nice to see you. Our beautiful groovy gal, thank you so much. God bless you for that. Wendy has been here for 6 months. Our beautiful, sweet Misery, it's nice to see you. I cannot believe it. Her birthday. Happy Bullhorn Betty birthday, my friend. It's lovely, lovely, lovely to see you and have you. I wish I could give you a hug. One day I'll be in your state. I promise. Feisty Mama says, do you think it's possible that when KP told Sebastian to go to bed, Sebastian didn't want to go to bed? It caused a fight, and the thump was KP causing that thud, in my opinion. This is kind of, if I had to kind of walk through it seemed, if I had to go back and try to explain it, I think I'd go back to the bowling alley. I had heard through the grapevine that it didn't seem like Sebastian was ultra happy being at the bowling alley. He was there with all of these video games and, just stuff that he would have normally had a face like you see right here, a big smile on his face, oh my gosh, I get to play all these games, there's so many to choose from, and just be just joyful, he loves video games, loves video games, and he's basically in an arcade and he's not happy. When we see him step out of the vehicle when they get to the Texas Roadhouse, you can see he's very disturbed about something, holding his ears, walking on his toes. There was something that seemed to have been bothering him. So now we have an unhappy kid at a place he's supposed to be completely joyful being at. So he's not acting or not in the right state of mind for the environment he's in. And then we see him getting out, holding his ears. So to me, it sounded like a lot of people had identified that weekend as potentially a little too much for Sebastian, overstimulating. And I didn't quite understand what overstimulating and overstimulation means, but it puts the autistic child in a state of like anxiety, awakeness, frustration. They like, I guess, not knowing how to, like, we express ourselves, and when we're frustrated, we look frustrated or act frustrated. And I think it's a little bit different. I'm not an expert by any stretch of the imagination, but it just didn't seem like he was his right self at those places. So according to people I've spoke to, the overstimulation could have affected him in a number of ways, and most commonly outbursts. So yes, I do believe that there was some type of outburst from Sebastian, and that may have been what it was, because, and I just walked you back through the bowling alley and there, and why I think that he would have had that outburst. It's because he was overstimulated. I think he was exhibiting overstimulation. I think what we were witnessing was him being overstimulated. But I don't know. Only people that know what overstimulation in autistic children look like can really be the people that could say that. So hopefully I answered your question. It took me a long time to get there. I was trying to process it as I was explaining it. So I hope I explained it well and didn't over confuse you. Just from my point of view. I think about it. KP stated a thump to cover herself if he was found. That's a good theory. CP stated he stopped to help fix a tire to cover up. Also another good theory. I heard about that he stopped to fix a tire. I don't remember where that was heard from. I don't remember when that was heard from. I know it was earlier in the case that I heard it, but it wasn't something I really focused on. So I feel like because I didn't focus on it, I must have thought it was a rumor or wasn't corroborated. Maybe if you know where I can find that information to hear it for myself. I remember hearing it, but I'd like to kind of see what the context was or what they were conversating about that provoked the response about the fixing of the tire. So if you have that, send that to bullhornbetty@gmail.com. And SRK, it is nice to see you. 8 full months. I love you too. All right, guys. So we've had the phones open. There was something. Oh, yeah. What I'm going to do now is we're going to go back and kind of walk through the information again, because I think it's super, super important for everybody. I'll give you guys the Reader's Digest version of the situation. So just bear with me just for a second while I get everything set back up and in the right places so we can go through everything again with a fine-tooth comb, but quickly. So I'm not going to spend too much time on this, but I will play everything we just played to give everybody the context that is needed. There we go. I'm just going to go through these. Hopefully I don't lose. Oops, shoot, don't call. Hopefully I don't lose my audio. Let me see if I lost my audio. Okay, it looks like the audio stayed. All right, so we're going to go through these. I'm about to go on to a different page, so I'm not going to be able to see you. Hey, 5D. So this is just to kind of give you an update.
The best part about it is he has managed to do this without any evidence left behind whatsoever.
And I lost my audio on the second one. Let me try removing it. Like at this point, I just can't wait. I can't get away from StreamYard fast enough at this point. I really can't.
What Wi-Fi's were in the area? Right. Now, mind you, it was said that there were only what, 2 exterior internet sources that came in and out of the area that night. And isn't it funny how one person said one of them was his?
Hopefully I'm still doing good. Still haven't lost my audio. This says, I took a photo sent to me from Grace's gavel, and I enhanced the image, and I see Stepfoot carrying Sebastian. Just like Bobby, the neighbor, said, somebody was carrying something over their shoulder. It looks like a man carrying a person with their arm draped over their shoulder. Looks like CP. Did you see what I see? And here is the image right here. Here is the image. You kind of see a head. You kind of see an arm. You kind of see a black something. And you kind of see something else behind that person. So now I'm going to come over here. Let me check and make sure my audio stayed. Looks like my audio stayed. For those that are now wanting to see this to me is really concerning.
Like a game changer.
This image was sent to me, and I decided to do some further enhancements on it. So here's one shot where you can see Mr. Foot carrying something, but upon closer review and more enhancement of the photo, this is what I see now to be Katie, Chris, and Sebastian. They're carrying Sebastian. It looks to me as if Chris is carrying Sebastian in either a blanket or a bag. I see a blanket just because of the way the black shape is formed, and it looks like he's carrying him like a baby, and Katie is standing behind him or walking with him. The reason I think this is because when I was enhancing the photos, I could see the differences in the appearance of what looks to me to be a human face. And it looked to me like it was actually a human arm that was draped over the person who was carrying the black blanket, or the perceived person in the black blanket. But here's an example of what I saw. Here you can see the differences and enhancements, and as I enhanced each photo, you can tell that the person's skin stays the same color and the black blanket also stays the same color. So I know that those two images are associated with each other. So as you can see, each time I enhance the photo, you can see that the core images stayed the same. And then there's this little nugget. Let's watch.
Drove around the neighborhood. I drove over by the school, and he's already at this point I was like hysterical. And I was at the school, and he's already
seeing.
So, but I disagree with that. The next part of this with Lady Freedom is that she believes that it's related to, utilization of a knife, a sharp object. I do not. The way her hand was on her throat, to me, just resembles not here anymore, unalive, or something to that effect. Not necessarily unalive by a specific mechanism, or way. But this is a very, very concerning image that has surfaced. This is the night. This is the flashlight video that has been enhanced. That white blob in front of the figures is the truck. So it is very concerning. It's why I came here. I can't reenact this photo because I just don't have the software or the budget for the software to do this. I don't know how to enhance like this. So there's no, I saw your question, CNY family, and I saw your question. You're going to have to reach out to Lady Freedom. She might tell you something off the record. She might tell you something on the record. I don't know. But I'd reach out to her. This was concerning enough for me. This was realistic enough for me. Watching the workout and knowing that we've already heard the rumors that there were more videos out there that was a little clearer or have been cleared. Okay, Donna, there we go. So Mob Crew's very good at stuff like this as well. I'm just not. It's not my forte. My forte is analyzing, and I do a lot of sleuthing and research. That's my forte. So I find things like this. I don't create things like this. Just FYI. So I love people know how to enhance imagery. It's not, again, my forte. I don't know how to do this. It's not a gift I have. People have gifts. People have a lot of experiences in a lot of different things. That's what I love about social media, right? The stuff I'm strong in, somebody else might not be strong in, but they're strong in something else. And we, use all those gifts all here on social media. Some people have experience like Jennifer Coffindaffer. We can lean on her to give us some FBI insight. It doesn't mean it's accurate. It's just her opinion. It's her insight from her experience and what she believes might be going on at this moment in a case. It's just her opinion based upon her experience. So I just meant, where is this picture from? Like, where take it? This, from my understanding, is the flashlight video. It's part of the flashlight video. It's the flashlight video being enhanced. This is where the car, they're going to a car. So this is from the night Sebastian, the early morning hours before, a few hours before Sebastian was reported missing. This is where this image is allegedly garnered from. Again, I don't have the capabilities of this type of enhancement. God bless the people that do. But Lady Freedom Raw Narratives dropped this last night. And, when I saw it, from everything I know of enhancements, this looked legitimate to me. Again, not an expert. I'm not standing on the hill and dying on the hill that I'm an expert. But this looked realistic enough to me that I thought it needed to be shown to a wider audience. And it's got me very, very concerned. And I started off by telling our audience, please, right now is a great time to be praying, right? Right now is a good time for some of us to hit our knees and pray for Sebastian as well as his father. I believe that law enforcement has a lot more than we have. I think if we have this, I'm praying to God they have it even better. And I'm praying to God, if one hair on this child's head was hurt, those people are held accountable. And I pray to God we bring Sebastian home safe, but we need to find him and bring him home. This, like I said earlier, this is a real boy. This is a real family. These are real images, and this is real scary. So pray. I don't know what else to do. When times like this happen, pray. When you're pissed off and angry, pray. Pray. I don't know what else to do. Pray. So, all right, guys. Thank you all for being here. God bless each and every one of you. We're learning stuff together. Just know that your gut's not fooling you. Your gut's not fooling you. Something definitely happened here. So anyways, God bless you. Rock it out with your coffee beans out. Don't forget to be fearless. If you see something, say something. We've got some people that know something. And I pray to God somebody's strong enough and has a backbone that will come forward for this boy. Come forward for this boy. I am 100% convinced there are more people that know, that weren't involved, that can shed light on this mystery. Don't forget to be fearless again. If you see something, say something. An ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. And until next time, y'all, please be safe. But more importantly, kind to one another. All right, rock it out with your coffee beans out. We'll see you later today. When? I don't know. I've got to ponder on what we went over this morning. God bless. From the East Coast to the West Coast, we are everywhere true crime is. We are asking for the public's help. We are searching in the woods. We are doing what it takes here on the Bullhorn Betty channels to find answers to the most alarming cases we have been watching on the news. I can tell you personally that I have traveled this entire country seeking these answers and bringing that content right here to you here on the Bullhorn Betty channels and Bullhorn Betty Crime Stories. We are happy with the work that we've done. We brought many answers to the public, and we have defied mainstream media in our pursuit of the truth in these cases. We will continue to work, we will continue to fight for these victims, and we will continue to tell their stories here on my channels. Welcome to the Bullhorn Betty brand of channels and the Coffee Club. Thank you for your love, thank you for your support, and more importantly, thank you for allowing me to bring these victims' stories to each and every one of you, advocating for each of these victims. God bless you, God bless America, and more importantly, God bless our victims.